evening and welcome to the open agenda school board meeting, McKeesport Area School District, Thursday, September 4th, 2025. We met in executive session to discuss any personnel and potential litigation items and issues. Will you please rise for the pledge of the flag?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Donato?
Here.
Mrs. Elias? Here. Mr. Matthew Wolfman?
Here.
Mr. Keller?
Here.
Mr. Lefkowitz?
Here.
Mr. Pavlicek?
Here.
Mr. Sharobian?
Here.
Mrs. Wright? And Mr. Markleson?
Here. Hearing of citizens, we don't have any, we'll move, and we will now go to number 4, board matters, approval of policies. We seek a motion to vote all of the September 11, 2025 agenda items 4.2 through 4.5 by consent. 4.2, minutes. Board action to approve the minutes of the open agenda meeting of August 7, 2025. I'm sorry, you know what, I'm done, we went through that, sorry folks, we're gonna move on. Not have to read all of them, we used to. Number 5, curriculum special education. We seek a motion to vote all of the September 11th, 2025 agenda items 5.2 through 5.5 by consent. Number 6, technology, safety and security. We seek a motion to vote all of the September 11th, 2025 agenda items 6.2 through 6.4 by consent.
Can someone speak to this power school?
Yes, I can. So we are currently under contract with Power School, and we have currently in a balance to, we will be, so they gave us an offer if we continue on a 3-year offer for the next 3 years. The first year would be free for next year, and then the following year would be, we would just have to pay years 2 and 3 if we get into a 3-year contract.
So we're under contract
Yeah.
with something that we're not using,
Right.
that we have to now pay and then renew the contract. Am I, so are we
We're
gonna
gonna
use
use
it?
it, yes.
So we basically paid for something for X amount of years that we've never used.
Mhm.
And now we're gonna start to use it, hopefully,
Yes.
and then have to pay for an additional 2 years. So we're basically getting 1 year free because we didn't use it for the last 3 years.
Correct.
Okay. Not sure where that came about and why it's not being used, but that is an extreme disappointment to me. I was not here whenever that was probably voted on or tried to be implemented previously, but I am going to say that, in my opinion, that is a complete and total waste of taxpayer dollars. Thank you.
Hey, I have one question about Power School. So we weren't using it, so when that breach happened 9 months ago with Power School or so, I'm not sure the exact time, we didn't have any of our data then leaked because of it. Okay, just curious.
Okay, anything else?
Yeah, on that item, I don't know if it makes it clear, we maybe listed by year, because we don't pay them all at one time, right?
Correct, yeah, it's about a year.
So could we,
Break it down by year.
I think you can break it down by year, like 25, 26, 0, and then
Absolutely,
the cost in years 2 and 3 listed.
absolutely.
Any other on number 2? Okay, very good. Number 7, facilities, food service, transportation. We seek a motion to vote all September 11th, 2025 agenda items 7.2 through 7.14 by consent.
Mr. President, I was going to go over some things that came out of the facilities meeting yesterday. The 3 change orders on here are all for the high school, all for issues found during the demolition and the building of that vestibule. All 3 of these will still be covered under the PCCD grants and will not affect any general funds. The boiler replacement at Twin Rivers is going to be required, but it is necessary for to regulate the temperature in the building. It's my understanding that Twin Rivers has days where they are really having a hard time heating that building. An additional boiler is necessary up there. That'll be paid for out of capital funds. We went back and forth with that over multiple meetings at the facilities meeting. Allied Health, I see there's X's there for the public. It we will have an actual amount for that by next meeting. That is just, we're waiting on the actual final quote to come in. We have no choice in that matter due to that being an interior building with no windows, and we have no way to heat or cool that. So that's surviving. And then I believe that's all I have coming out of the building and grounds. Oh, the advanced security technologies at the end is to upgrade the access control and video at the maintenance building. We've invested a significant amount of money in tools and other supplies at the maintenance building, and we just would like to make sure that those things are maintaining where they need to be, being returned, and are secure. That's all I have coming out of that committee.
Thank you, Mr. Bradley.
Mr. President,
Go ahead, Mr. Trophy, by all means.
I would like to raise point 7.11. Hopefully being reconsidered to do that. It's a lot of money to spend on upgrades to the boardroom, so can we remove that from the agenda and get some more information about what all they're talking about and whether we can maybe scale that back?
Absolutely, no problem.
So can we get somebody in to give us some type of, I guess, presentation or information or something of what we're doing, why we're doing it, and
That's fine.
to kind of explain the cost. I have some idea of what, I'll say this, my personal opinion is that some type of upgrades need to occur to this boardroom. I'm not sure to what extent, but, I will say this, that being a board member who has had to was not able to be here physically and had to call in, I thought it was quite an embarrassment of how we do that process by using a telephone that has a microphone hooked up to it. And I was hoping that some of this money would be rectifying that. We kind of need to move the technology in the right direction. I'm not saying that that's what all the 70,000 is, because I'm not sure. But I think that we need to have a better way for board members to, I'm going to use the word conference in the event that they can't be here. Because there are times that I may be out of town for work or something like that, which was the case the last time. And it was just absolutely not a very good scenario for somebody that was not able to physically be here. So I would like some information on, is that part of that money? Is that, what are we doing to resolve that? Can that happen maybe without?
I'm sorry, Mr. Bradley. Do you want that at next week's board meeting? Does somebody give you that?
Yeah, I think I think the board needs some type of, I'll call it presentation or itemized, or I understand that someone can give you a piece of paper that has an itemized list, but I think we need something to explain what it is.
Yeah,
That's my opinion.
what the purpose of whatever the equipment is, like whether it's serial numbers, and then an explanation of why it's needed. What the application is. One of the things I brought up was to try to we have one camera right now, and we get complaints all the time, the audio's bad, or not his fault, but it's just a matter of sometimes a bunch of people in there that are speaking out, different things like that. We wanted to have a camera facing the opposite way as well, to be able to capture the person at the microphone and speaking, and maybe have a little bit clearer audio with that as well. So, and then Director Pat Elisa brought up the idea of having just televisions on the walls as opposed to pull-down screens, and then maybe having a way when you do call in, if you're not able to make the meeting, that you would be on that screen, like you would do like a Zoom or something like that type of situation. So we don't know what that $70,000 is allocated towards, and nobody up there is comfortable with just voting for a number that someone just gave us. So I'm going to pump the brakes on that real quick until we find out what exactly of that we actually need and that sort of thing. So
I will tell you this too, having been in quite a number of boardrooms in school districts in Allegheny County districts and elsewhere, this is one of the nicest boardrooms. We have a really nice boardroom. I'm not saying we don't need upgrades. The sound system might not be the greatest or whatever, but we need to really keep watching what we spend on.
yeah, I don't want to overdo it financially. I just want to make sure everybody wants transparency, and they want these to be streams. A lot of those districts went away from streaming, and we kept doing it because the public asked us to, so we're continuing to do that. We just wanted to make it work a little bit better as well. So yeah, I don't want to spend that kind of money either if we don't have to. So
Well,
Understandable.
I could not support Dave any more than I am able to with this $70,000 thing, but I'm telling you what, I'm concerned they can't hear us, these folks that are in this room. And if you look at the raised positions of all the microphones here, we gotta do a better job. We gotta speak into these microphones. And when a speaker comes to the microphone, very seldom are they reminded by any of us to speak into the microphone. They get off to their phone and they're reading, and I don't know how that interprets to anybody that is streaming the show or to people that are seated here. I have trouble hearing it. We are seated behind the speaker. I mean, Matt and everything, so we don't really get what they're saying because they're speaking directly to the board president and to the solicitor as well they should. But by the same token, I think our weakness is in the area of whether the people attending this meeting can hear what's going on. Has anybody noticed any problems in listening to the streaming session? Does anybody have trouble when we've gone back over that and noticed that we are weak in our transmission during the streaming? I've never heard that complaint, but I know there's people here that during the meeting, can't hear them from time to time.
I mean, I know walking out here, Dave, you hear all them poppings of the microphones, that has something to do with the sound system, and that could be something. So some of that doesn't get cleaned up. But I think that having a better understanding of what we're getting for $70,000 is kind of where we need to be with that.
We're also hoping to get some shorter clips. The long form of the entire meeting is a long thing to sit through. Not a lot of folks are going to watch it live or sit through that entire meeting. But if there's positive news that comes, sometimes when the kids come and they do a presentation, or even a person from the public comes and wants to say something to the community, if we were able to take a clip of that from this angle, we'll be able to put it to social media, maybe on a reel or something like that on one of the social media services. I think it would be helpful just to help get those types of things out. I mean, our building and grounds guys are going to make a statement here shortly. That will be something that we would be able to clip and make a shorter part and be able to put that out to the public and things like that. Those are some of the ways we can utilize social media a little bit better, try to get information to the public with a better camera system and a better audio system. That's going to only be to our benefit. It's just a matter of how much are we going to spend on something like that. So,
Is there such a thing as an individual boost just for the microphones themselves, whether it's the speaker or whether it's us up here? Can that be done solo as opposed to a tremendous renovation on the situation? Because this is the main call.
You can look at different things like different microphones, et cetera. I think a lot of it has to do with your brains of the operation that are in the back and what functionality that gives us.
Mr. President, I would suggest it is obviously clear that we are not prepared to make any expenditure on this issue and take it off the issue until we have more information.
Dave, just so you know, these microphones are 20 years old.
Yeah.
They've been there 20 years, so we gotta do something.
I remember when
Yeah,
Rick
I agree.
Gabrielli used to go in that back room over there and try to do stuff.
And I think we're still using the same system.
That wouldn't surprise me. Now, something like that individually, we gotta re-examine the way that we're doing the transmissions and the way that we operate internally within the boardroom.
Okay, anything else?
Yeah,
Go ahead.
sorry to extend this.
That's all right, go ahead.
The vestibule, what's the timeline for completion of that?
December 1st-ish.
Right now, it's
Right
December
now.
1st.
Is there any way to accelerate that?
No. Material delays.
Materials and unforeseen conditions that are being
The
approved.
change orders are a lot of the problem with the structural components of the outside, I'm gonna call it the roof, that outside canopy kind of is delaying it, and there's also delay on material that is actually being seen, not just on our projects, it's actually being seen across.
All right, thank you.
Anything else? Okay. Number 8, legal matters and contracts, nothing. Number 9, finance. We seek a motion to vote all of September 11th, 2025. Agenda items 9.2 through 9.5 by consent. Number 10, resolution of student discipline. Board action to approve resolution 1440, student discipline. 11, personnel. We seek a motion to vote all of September 11th, 2025, agenda items 11.2 through 11.3 by consent. Number 12, new business. Number
Prior to
13,
that, prior to the adjournment, I thought we didn't want to speak on something.
I'd rather talk to superintendent
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Understood.
He's gonna talk to superintendent because they don't know what they're doing.
Okay. Understood. Thank you.
In regards to the issue at hand.
Yep.
Okay, number 13, adjournment. Can I get a motion for adjournment? Thank you, folks. Come again next Thursday. We'll be here.